we'll go ahead and get started then. Welcome, everybody. Again, my name is Gwen. I'm the exercise specialist here, and honestly, this is my first virtual group, so bear with me. But our topic today is exercising indoors. So we wanted to bring this topic up with everybody to share some tips on some things to do as the weather starts to change. Sometimes we need to make some adaptations to how and where we exercise. And it's a good idea maybe to change up the things you're doing for exercise anyway. About every 6 weeks or so to keep it interesting and keep challenging your body. So maybe this will give you some ideas on that as well. So let's see. So exercising indoors. Okay. All right. So just like I said, maybe the change of the season may require you to move your exercise indoors, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that might look like from both a heat and humidity standpoint and in colder temperatures. Obviously, we're not in the cold temperatures yet around here, but it still was pretty hot this weekend. So we'll talk about that. And then obviously inclement weather is something to consider too. So exercising in the heat and humidity. You want to approach those temperatures like the heat, high temperatures and humidity with caution for sure. When you exercise, even without the heat and humidity, your body temperature rises, and your blood flow is increased to your muscles, your heart rate goes up, your body is working to cool itself down naturally with just normal temperature, exercising at normal temperatures or cooler, mild temperatures. So when you add that heat element onto your exercise environment, it creates more work for your body. So that's why we want to make sure you're approaching this with caution. It puts extra stress on your heart. So when you exercise, you're already elevating your body temperature and your heart rate has to go up, and so your body is working to cool itself down. But when you have the when you have the higher temperatures in your environment as well, it's harder for your body to cool itself down, so it can't transfer that heat out as easily. And so your core temperature, your body has trouble regulating your core temperature with the exercise and with the heat and humidity outside. Humidity especially is really tricky because then your body, the way it cools itself normally is by sweating, right? And the sweat evaporates off your skin, and that cools your body down. But if it's humid outside, and it's about around 80% humidity is where it gets real dangerous. But if it's even below that a little bit, your body has a harder time, or the sweat on your skin will not evaporate as quickly, or maybe even not at all if the humidity is 80%, and therefore your normal cooling systems in your body are not able to function the same way. So you'll sweat more, you'll have a lower rate of sweat evaporation at a higher humidity, and then you'll be at increased risk for dehydration. So definitely drinking a lot of water beforehand. We'll talk about planning for exercise in the heat here in the next slide, but planning ahead, staying hydrated can help that, but it's still challenging to really moderate that and get enough hydration and for your body to even just work through that. So when you're exercising in the heat and humidity, circulation will be prioritized towards your skin, and that takes your blood flow away from your muscles. So that's another factor, another effect of exercising in the heat. Your body is trying to cool itself with as much blood going to the skin as possible, which means your muscles are not going to get the blood flow that they need or the oxygen that they need to do the work that you're demanding of them in your exercise routine. So that creates a conflicting situation for your body and can be dangerous as well. And that'll increase your heart rate even more than a normal exercise routine, than an exercise routine that you might do in a cooler temperature. So those are some of the things. So you'll sweat more, your sweat won't evaporate as easily, and your muscles won't get the blood they need when you're exercising in heat and humidity. So there are some adaptations and things to consider on this slide here. You want to hydrate well the day before. Some folks will say within hours before your workout you want to hydrate, but I suggest the day before, and therefore always just staying hydrated is a good idea, right? I mean, our program we stress to everyone to get at least 64 ounces of water in, so that follows suit here. That'll help you stay hydrated. If you're exercising or going to be exercising outside, you may need to increase that water intake a little bit the day before, hours before, and then during as well. And water is the best way to hydrate if you're exercising less than an hour. Anything more than an hour, then you may need some electrolyte replacement, but water is good for less than an hour-long session. Slow your pace down, so that allows your body time to adapt to what you're demanding of it with the exercise and with the added higher temperatures. So it's okay to go for maybe a light walk instead of a run. If it's really hot outside, you might change what type of exercise you're going to do so that you can still get outside, but just not go as hard. That lets your body gives your body a little more. It's nicer on your heart and your body systems. Dressing for the temperature, obviously, so you want to wear breathable clothes. Everyone's probably knows this already, but you want to wear breathable clothes so that sweat can evaporate. You don't want to wear rubber suits or what are those pants that sort of just make you sweat a lot more. You don't want to wear those. You want to wear something that is breathable so that the sweat can evaporate and your cooling system can work. And definitely shorts, hats, things like that are good. Exercising, so I mentioned this before, but avoid exercising outside if the temperature is above 80 degrees and if the humidity is above 80%. So that humidity is really the sort of line in the sand that you want to avoid that humidity. If you can, because it's really, really hard on your body. 80 degrees, 83, 84, I think I went for a run Sunday and it was probably above 80, but hydrating enough beforehand. If the humidity is not high, but it's a drier heat, then you might be a little bit safer there. But just pay attention to those things and know your body, and everyone's a little different, so don't push it in the heat and humidity, though. It's a general rule of thumb there. And then the opposite, exercising in the cold. So exercising in the cold is not quite as, well, here in North Carolina, not quite as much something we have to worry about, but also it's not quite as tricky or risky as exercising in high heat and humidity. But definitely still something to think about, and maybe a reason to move your exercise indoors, just like with too much heat and humidity. So exercising in the cold, basically, it'll help your body system. Your body will be able to cool itself down more efficiently because it's colder outside, so it can transfer that heat easier. But you do want to be careful that you don't want to get in this position where you're lowering your body temperature too much. And you can do that by if you're sweating, the sweat's evaporating, and maybe you're wearing some clothes that aren't dry fit clothes, and they get wet, and they're wet on your skin, and it's really cold outside, then that can lower your body temperature a little too much. The other thing you want to watch for is you don't want to exercise you want to keep your exercise intensity moderate if it's really cold outside and you're going for a longer time, because it can lower your immune system a little bit and make you susceptible to illness. I can speak to that. Half marathon training, I did my long run, and it was really, really cold outside, and I ended up getting the flu. So I was younger and less knowledgeable. So do be careful when you're exercising outside in the cold. Again, maybe just don't go quite as long, and definitely dress appropriately. So you can prepare for the cold a little easier than you can prepare for the heat, because all you need to do is make sure you're layering appropriately. And then also check the weather. So check for the temperature, check the wind chill, because that wind chill can be a factor above and beyond the temperature. And dressing in layers. So you want to have a dry fit synthetic material as your first layer so that your body can evaporate the sweat. Then you want to have a fleece or a wool on top of that. And then a waterproof or breathable sort of outer shell jacket. And then you can remove those layers as you're exercising. You start to get warm, and you can also put them back on if you start to feel cold. I mean, layers are the easiest way to work around that. So if you're going out for a jog, layer up. You can always tie your jacket around your waist or something. It's better to have some layers to add back and to start warm than to just go out in something that's less than appropriate for the temperature. Mittens are good too. My hands get cold when I run, so I like to wear mittens if I'm running out in the cold, as opposed to gloves. Gloves obviously are fine as well, but and then choose a constant intensity rather than intervals in the cold temperatures, because that's another thing. Pushing the intensity up there, like I said before on the previous slide, pushing that intensity up can make you a little more vulnerable also. And it may not be a bad idea to exercise or do a little bit of a warm up in the indoors before you go out. Not to the point where you're sweating, but just a little bit of warm up to kind of get your blood flowing a little bit before you go out in the cold. Okay, so hot, cold, maybe not your thing, so let's exercise inside, right? I mean, the weather's always nice inside. I had a patient tell me the other day that the weather doesn't change much in Walmart. So you can always walk around the insides of shops and the mall, and you don't have to worry about the weather in those cases. I love exercising outdoors, so I understand how nice it is to get outside, and I encourage folks to do that too when the weather is right. But exercising indoors, you can still get a good workout, and you can try some new things. So maybe it's time to move exercise inside if you're looking at the week ahead. So if you've got your exercise plan and you know, okay, well, I usually run 3 days a week outside around my neighborhood. I've got this 3-mile loop or whatever. But you want to make sure you're staying on track with the exercise, right? So if you look at the week ahead and you see the weather is going to possibly be stormy, thunderstorm, lightning, something dangerous or cold or snow or whatever, then plan to bring your exercise inside and find some resources, get some things set up inside, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. That will help you stay on track with your exercise so that you can't just, so when you come to your exercise visit, you're not saying, well, you know, the weather, so I've not been exercising, it's been raining, and I'm not going to go out for a walk in the rain. Well, there are things we can do inside, so let's set you up to prepare for success, right, so you can stay on track. And like I said before, so it might be an opportunity to try something new. Maybe some new group exercise classes, maybe indoor recreational sports, maybe yoga in a yoga studio. I like to do some warm, gentle yoga in the wintertime because it feels nice to be warm in the wintertime and do a little exercise. It's very gentle yoga, slow pace in a warm studio. Bar class, those are really popular. You could try something like that. Spin studio, look for some new classes. Maybe even ballroom dancing. You can get creative, you know, and try some different movement methodologies. Okay, so of course, going to the gym is the most obvious way to exercise inside, and it's a great way to get your workout in. I mean, they have the machines, they have classes, they have everything you need, trainers. But if going to the gym is not your thing and you want to try exercising at home, there's certainly many different resources out there that make this possible. Strength training, so you can get really creative with what you use for strength training. On this PowerPoint list are soup cans, water bottles, or an empty jug you can fill with some water or some rocks or sand. I've used my small children before, because then you can kind of play with them a little bit. It makes it fun. And then one of our team members suggested using a garden hose for battle ropes. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm not quite sure how that would be comfort-wise for your hands, but hey, you never know, right? So that's sort of the thing these days in the fitness world, is to just try using things around you to get some exercise in. Cardiovascular exercise, if you have stairs in your house, you have a piece of exercise equipment in your house already. Stair climbing machines are really, really challenging. Climbing your stairs, you have more control, right, over the speed, the pace. You know, you're not forced to keep those steps going like in the stair climber, which can be really challenging, but you can still get a good workout taking the stairs in your house. So going up and down the stairs, or just staying on that bottom step and going up and down on that bottom step like a step aerobics class can give you a little cardio burst too. You can exercise and do cardio in a chair as well. So if you don't have it, I've got under files over there, I've got where is it? Should be on there, the chair cardio routine. Yeah, WMC chair cardio routine. So if you want to pull that one down and check it out, it's a one-page cardio routine. And actually, I think what I was going to do next was, we're going to try that chair cardio routine. So if you're in a place where you can do a little bit of movement. All you need to do is have your chair, right? We're going to do a little bit of exercise. I can't help myself when I'm talking about exercise. I figure we may as well do it instead of we're sitting here, right? So you should have the routine. This is what it looks like, right? So we're going to try it. I encourage you to try it with me. Of course, I can't see you, so I don't know if you're really doing it. But, you know, why not? Give it a go. All right, so we're going to start. I'm going to slide back a little bit. I'll talk louder so y'all can still hear me. We're going to start with our seated jumping jacks. So real simple, right? So you go out and in, out and in. So hopefully you're in your own office. But, you know, if there's people around you and they're like, what are you doing? Say, I'm taking an activity break. You can join me. This is a good way to get some cardio, right? So you might start to feel your heart rate go up and start to get a little warmer. All right, so then the next one on that sheet is toe taps. So try these with me, all right? Toe taps. So you're going to reach down for one toe and come back up. I'll try to scoot back so you can see. Reach down for one toe and come back up. Reach down and come back up. This actually feels pretty good on the back, too. I give a little bit of stretch in the back. All right? Okay. And then the next one, we've got seated tricep dips. Now, I'll warn you on this one, if you're on a wheelie chair, be careful, right? It's best to have a stationary chair. But you can just do real simple. Let me scoot back so you can see. Okay, seated tricep dips right here. Use the chair. Little dip. Get your triceps going, right? If you don't feel comfortable doing that part, you can just do a little bend and a press. Yeah? And for these, I mean, you could just do 30 seconds to try these, right? In your office for a little break or at home at the end of the day if you're watching TV. All right, so then a big crunch for the back extensions. Then this one, you take one elbow towards the opposite knee and come back up. Just like that. This is where you're going to build muscles, the muscles on the side of your torso there, the side of your abdominals. Good. Can't tell if you're doing it, but, you know, I'm going to give you some encouragement. And if you're just cheering me on, great. Okay, and then leg one for the abdominal twist. So this one, we're going to work the large muscles, the abdominals here. Little leg lift with a twist toward that leg, and then switch feet. Just like that. Last one is going to be chair running. So, chair running like this and like this. Let me turn here so you can see. This and this. All right? And if you want to extend that leg out, you can. Okay, so how was that? Good? Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of a movement break. Got some blood flowing to the brain a little bit. Okay. Awesome. Maybe Robbie tried it. I'm typing something. Yes. Yeah, so Robbie asked if with chair running I was touching opposite elbow and leg. So I was doing that with the abdominal twist, which was a leg lift, opposite leg, a leg lift, and lifting one leg, twisting towards it to get abdominal work. Chair running can just be straight, like this, straight on. Just like as if you were sort of running in place. It could be considered more like a chair march. Yeah. Good question. Yeah, absolutely. But whatever feels good to move, right? Yeah, that's awesome. Did anyone try that with me? I wish we had like little thumbs up buttons we could push. Oh, good job. Yeah, nice, Robbie. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's really good. All right, so some home video resources. So there are a ton of resources online these days. You may, at the bottom there, workout DVDs. You may still use DVDs. I use DVDs. I've got a couple that I like to use. Kathy Friedrich is a really good instructor. I like her DVDs. Okay, so there are lots online as well. So YouTube is really good. But you do have to be careful about YouTube because anybody can post videos there. So just use your common sense. If the exercises that you're seeing on the YouTube video you search for don't seem doable or seem a little bit crazy or have hardest workout ever, maybe that's not right for you. Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. And it's okay if you search for low intensity chair routine or low intensity, walking workout in my living room. You know, get creative and try some things with YouTube. But on YouTube, there are certain channels that we have tried and used and like. And so Fitness Blender is a really great one. This is a free resource. If you don't already know about Fitness Blender, I highly recommend checking it out. They have no equipment necessary workouts, and they are free. Their whole philosophy is this couple that were both personal trainers. They made these videos to make fitness easily accessible and free to everybody. They felt like it didn't have to. You shouldn't have to pay a lot of money to get good quality, safe workouts. And so their workouts are really good. They're very careful about instructing you on modifications. They give you warm-ups. They give you cool-downs. They do stretching, but no equipment required. So I like Fitness Blender. I use them and their workouts. Pop Sugar Fitness. I personally haven't used Pop Sugar Fitness, but I've heard from others and from patients that they really like Pop Sugar Fitness workout videos. So I think they've got a good variety on there. They may not be free. I'm not sure, but something to check out. And then Yoga with Adrienne, she's one of my favorite yoga YouTube gurus. I teach yoga myself, but I like to follow other instructors when I'm practicing. And she's got a nice flow and goes nice and easy, and has good quality videos that are free on YouTube as well, so you can check her out. Sarah Beth Yoga is another yogi on YouTube that's really good too. And then there's apps as well. Oh my gosh, there's so many apps. 7-minute workout, Nike Training Fit Club, FitStar by Fitbit. This FitStar by Fitbit is a newer one that Fitbit just came out with. Is anybody using FitStar? Maybe I have a few folks that I know that are using FitStar, and they really like FitStar. They like the workouts. They're similar, I think, to Fitness Blender in that you don't have to have equipment to do them, so that's nice. And they're always giving you a good variety. Yeah, so check it out, Tony. It might be neat. You might shake it up a little bit for you. The Daily Burn is another one, too, that I know is a very popular app, or excuse me, a very popular online fitness video resource. They might have an app now, too, but you can try them. But FitStar is pretty neat. So if you have a Fitbit, it's kind of nice to have it all on there. Fitbit keeps building on their suite of applications. So always coming out with new things. Anyone have any other apps or online resources that they use that they would recommend to others? Just curious. Okay. Well, if you do, and you think of it, you can send it to us later on. All right. So creating a gym at home. This is something that can be easily done. Of course, you can purchase, and a lot of people will maybe have a treadmill in their garage or in their bonus room or wherever. Elliptical, stationary bike is another popular one. It's easy to come by. But you don't necessarily have to have those large pieces of cardiovascular equipment in order to have equipment to use at home to do home workouts and create your own gym. In my house, I was thinking about posting a picture of my little gym area, but I just have a little cubby. I've got a little smart TV on it, so I can pull up YouTube and pull up videos online to follow or pop in a DVD to the DVD player. I've got exercise bands, yoga mats, some weights as well. I have a bar with plates, but dumbbells are great as well. But my bands are the easiest thing that I pull out more frequently than anything because I can easily just literally grab them out of the bin and go to town while I'm sitting there catching up with my husband at the end of the day, or my kids are playing or whatever right there. And it's not a big space, but you don't need a big space to have a workout area, but it's nice to have a little designated space. So resistance bands are listed on there. They are a favorite of ours here at the Weight Management Center. They're lightweight, they're portable, they're affordable. You can travel with them. I know many patients that travel with them in their suitcases and they don't have to go to the hotel gym. They can just use them at home, or use them in their room, in the privacy of their own room, which they like. But with bands, similar sort of recommendations. Free weights, 10 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets. You can do basic weightlifting exercises, but with the bands. We do sell bands and our nutrition shots as well. So we've got band kits will have 3 resistance levels included, a door anchor, and an ankle strap included in the band kit. So something to think about if you're looking for something like that. And then some other equipment listed there. You see the dumbbells, jump rope, stability ball. TRX is a suspension training system. It's a brand of the suspension training system. If you've heard of suspension training, basically using your body weight and you're sort of, holding on to handles and leaning back and pulling yourself up. It's a really fun way to work out. You could look into something like that for your home as well. You can get those for your home. They don't have to be TRX brand. But the Bosu ball is another fun workout tool that doesn't take up a lot of space either. The Bosu ball looks like a half ball, so it's hard plastic and flat, and then on the other end it's topped off like a stability ball, like a half of a stability ball. And it's good for balance. You can do some cardio on it. You can do core work on it, and you can add another level to some of your strength workouts too with that. So those things can be obviously bought brand new, but you can also get them at Play Again Sports. Dumbbells are pretty durable. They don't really break down, so you can get those used. I always recommend folks to do that. And a jump rope is the easiest, piece of cardio equipment, although it is intense. So work up to that. But building your own gym at home might be a really good option for you. So that when it is not so good outside, or if it's dark outside, that's always a barrier for me. Is, well, I'm ready to work out, but now it's dark outside, so I guess I'll be exercising inside. So I just go to my little home gym area and I can do some exercise there easily. Some other options to consider. So the weight training center, we now have open gym times. So if you haven't heard about those, I've got them listed on the next slide. And then I also have included our open gym schedules for both Winston-Salem and for Greensboro. So you can get those flyers and try those out. We're testing out open gyms, so this could be something we do long term if it seems to go well and folks like it. But basically, we wanted to open up access to our facility so that it gives you a place to come to exercise that is safe, and you are supervised by one of our exercise team members. You can ask questions and we can talk to you and keep you company while you're doing your exercise. So hopefully some of you can try that out. And then we have some group fitness classes as well between both sites, and so there's some information out there on those. We offer personal training, so if you're interested in working one-on-one with one of our trainers, you can purchase some sessions and try out some different things and get some accountability to your workouts if you're needing extra attention from exercise. And then obviously if you want to join your own gym. I posted, or I typed up our open gym hours on this slide for you all to see, but then, like I said, the flyers are in the files section, so you can download those. The Greensboro open gym times have started this week, so first week for us, and Winston-Salem's had them for a little while, but we're just testing these out. So then other options to consider if you, I think I already had talked about this, so I must have got ahead of myself. Another benefit to a gym is some do have childcare. I guess I didn't touch on that part, but some gyms have that as well. Another thing to think about is to do a little bit of research, because a lot of companies do have wellness programs now, and some wellness benefits include subsidies for gym memberships. Worth a check into, right? And that can be helpful in helping you afford or make it more affordable for you to get to a gym. And then some workplaces have gyms on site. A lot of them do, just small gyms, just like ours at the clinics. And that's all you really need. You can pop in there for a little workout midday. If you normally walk outside on your lunch break when it's cooler out, but then it gets hot out in the summer, or if it gets too cold in the winter, or if it's raining, pop down to the gym, use the stairs at your workplace for some exercise. Get creative, right, to exercise inside. Okay, so lastly, we've got one more workout for you. And this one is a moderate at-home express workout. So Jesse pulled this one together for you guys. And this workout is available in the files as well. It's the EMOM 7-minute workout. that stands for every minute on the minute. So basically, it's a short workout, 7-minute workout. And what you'll do is you'll see many exercises on this workout, but you'll go through each exercise. You'll do the number of repetitions you recommend on the handout in a minute. So do them slow and controlled, and you likely won't need the whole minute to do, say, I think 15, what is it? She got, think of an example. So she's got 24 repetitions of the curtsy lunges, which is the first exercise on the handout. So it may not take you a whole minute to do 24 curtsy lunges, and if it does, great. If it doesn't, fine. Just use the last part of that minute to rest, and then at the top of the next minute, go on to the next exercise. So ideally, it shouldn't take you the whole minute to do these, but do them slow and controlled. Go through each and move to the next one. It should only take you 7 minutes. Pretty short workout, right? That's an express workout. Use the modifications. She's got some modifications on there. For example, the push-ups on your knees is a modification. If you need to do push-ups on the wall, you can do push-ups on the wall as well. That's a nice modification too. For example. So use the modifications on that workout. If you download the workout and you're trying some things and you feel like, oh, this is not good for me, or I need something else to do instead of that one. So she's got burpees on here, for example. Burpees usually may strike some fear in you if you hear the word burpee. You're like, oh no, I don't like burpees. There's a modification for burpees on here. So you don't have to go all the way down to the floor. You can use a bench or like a coffee table or a desktop or something. Instead of going to the floor with your hands, you jump back with your hands on the table or something that's elevated, an elevated surface that's sturdy instead. And you can take out the jump at the end as well. So there's ways to modify burpees, so don't worry. But if you're going through and you're thinking, okay, I need something else for this, that's what we're here for. So you can get with your exercise specialist to ask some questions on some modifications for this workout. But it doesn't have to take too long, and that's one that doesn't require equipment as well. So you can give that one a try. Okay. All right, so then another thing to think about with your indoor exercise is to use your time efficiently. So some folks will, I mean, we used to always be able to say this. We can't always say this now because I know if you're like me, we don't have commercials. We watch Netflix, so no commercials. But if you do have commercials still, you're watching a game or something and there's commercials, then during each commercial break, do a different exercise for the length of a commercial. Maybe, like one of my favorite little routines to do during while I'm sitting down to watch a show, it's not too intense, but I do some modified push-ups. I'll do some squats with no dumbbells, just my body weight, and do some planks. So plank, squat, and modified push-up. And so I just do that little circuit a few times to get some strengthening in and get some exercise in while sort of winding down at the end of the day. But if you do watch something that's got commercials, you can use it as a timer. I've had one patient that shared that they would, during a commercial, they would take a break from sitting by going up and using their stairs. They would walk up and down their stairs for a stair climbing break during a commercial break. So you can get creative, right? Some people have their exercise equipment in front of a TV, and so then you're already exercising during your TV time, which is fine as well. Combining your cardio and your strength is a good way to get the benefits of strength training and continue to burn fat with cardio. So you can do a little bit of both and get both types of exercise in a more efficient manner instead of saying I'm going to do 30 minutes of cardio and then 30 minutes of strength. Doing some strength and cardio intervals mixed together as a fun way to sort of shake it up, get your heart rate up, and continue to get the benefits of both modalities, both types of exercise. Another idea is to walk while you're on the phone. So if you're on the phone at work, maybe if you've got a headset or something, or if you're on the phone at home, and you can walk while you're on the phone and get up and move and use that as a movement break and just sort of make that a habit. Personally, if I'm on a conference call or something, usually they can't see you, so I'll stand up and do some stretching or do some movement just to kind of get blood flowing so I'm not sitting all day. Squats while you brush your teeth, that's something I've done before too. You're just standing there, you got 2 minutes, right, while you're brushing your teeth. So doing a couple sets of squats, why not? I usually use that time to stretch, though, after I brush my teeth. I don't know. I like stretching in the morning. But some ideas. Get creative. It's okay to get creative. It doesn't have to be, workouts don't have to just fall into the time when you're at the gym only. In fact, we know and we want you to do your workouts and increase your activity throughout the day. So you're not just only working out in a 1 hour time period, that you're moving more throughout the whole day. So that's how you're going to get the best, or that's best for your health overall long term. So we want you to be moving more throughout your day, and of course during your workouts too. So any questions? This is a pretty straightforward topic, kind of a fun light one, but if you have any questions, you can certainly type them in to me now. This slide is just an overview of the fitness resources that we have at both sites. So our open gym hours are listed there, our group fitness classes are listed there, and then our personal training package pricing is listed as well. So some resources for you all. Yes, all personal training sessions are 30 minutes. That's a good question, Robbie. Yeah, they're all 30 minutes. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, okay, one more question maybe. Oh, that's a good question. Looking for an hour session. No, thank you, Dana. Robbie, let me get, thanks, Tony. Let me get back to you on that one. It sort of depends on scheduling availability for the trainer that you're looking to work with. So I can give you, let me type in my email address, Robbie, and send me an email, and then I can follow up with you on that. How about that? Excellent. Okay, thanks, Robbie. All right, so that is a couple of websites that we pulled from. That's it. So make sure you do download the files from the from our presentation today, and then when I end the presentation here, you'll get a survey. So please do fill that survey out. Give me some feedback. And if you have any other questions at all outside of here, definitely let us know. But thanks for joining me today, and hope you enjoyed the topic and got some new ideas and had a little fun moving with me. So that's it. Okay. Oh, Circle Point. Yes, you do get a Circle Point for attending today. Absolutely. So that, I'm not quite sure how we do that with the virtual group. I usually lead in person, so I give it to the people right away. But I think what we'll do is we have attendance from those that came today, and we'll make sure to get those to you when the next time you come in a clinic, either through the shop or through your next clinic visit, I believe. So, yeah. Yeah, good to collect those Circle Points. You can get some good things from the shop. You can get a discount on a personal training package. Oh, thank you, Tony. Yeah, so we'll add it to your next clinic visit. You'll get that Circle Point at the next clinic visit. But do collect and use those Circle Points. They're a really good reward system. You can get some good rewards, so great. All righty. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. It's great having you all in group. Again, let us know if you have any other questions, and I will go ahead and end this now so that we can get you all to the survey and you can get on with your afternoon. Okay? Great. Bye, everybody.